Have you ever noticed how some moments in history bring together two very different worlds in the most unexpected way? That's exactly what happened recently when former U.S. President Donald Trump shared a heartfelt tribute to President Russell M. Nelson, the leader of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. On the surface, politics and religion might seem like separate spheres, but this touching acknowledgement showed how respect, admiration, and legacy can cross boundaries and unite people from all walks of life. In a post that quickly caught attention, President Trump honored President Russell M. Nelson, calling him a physician, literally and spiritually. Those words carried a powerful double meaning, reflecting not just Nelson's professional career as a world-renowned heart surgeon, but also his spiritual role as the prophet and president of the LDS Church. For many observers, this tribute highlighted the unique bond between leadership, faith, and service to humanity. Let's start by looking at who President Russell M. Nelson is. Born in 1924, Nelson's life has been one of remarkable achievement. Long before he became a global religious leader, he was already leaving an indelible mark in the field of medicine. As a pioneering heart surgeon, he performed some of the earliest successful open-heart surgeries and helped develop life-saving techniques that are still in use today. Imagine this: before leading a worldwide church, he was literally saving lives on the operating table, changing the course of modern medicine. But Nelson's story doesn't stop there. In 1984, he was called as an apostle of the LDS Church, dedicating the rest of his life to spiritual service. By January 2018, following the passing of Thomas S. Monson, Nelson became the 17th president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Since then, he has guided millions of members worldwide, emphasizing faith, family, and service. His dual identity, renowned physician and spiritual leader, explains why Trump's tribute resonated with so many people. Now let's turn to Donald Trump's role in this story. Whether people admire him or criticize him, one thing is clear: Trump's words carry influence. His tribute to Nelson was more than just a polite gesture. It was a recognition of a man who has lived nearly a century in service to both science and faith. When Trump said, "a physician," literally and spiritually, he acknowledged Nelson's ability to heal both the body and the soul. This kind of acknowledgement from a political figure adds weight to Nelson's already powerful legacy. But why does this matter? In today's world, where divisions often dominate headlines, moments of unity can be rare. Seeing a political leader honor a religious leader reminds us of the bigger picture, that beyond politics, beyond faith traditions, there are individuals who dedicate their lives to making the world better. Nelson's life is a testament to that truth. For members of the LDS Church, Trump's tribute was a proud moment. It signaled recognition of their prophet on a global stage, showing respect for their faith. For others outside the church, it was a reminder of Nelson's remarkable accomplishments as a doctor and humanitarian. Either way, it brought attention to a man who has spent nearly 100 years serving others in different capacities. Let's also reflect on the symbolism of Trump's words. To call someone a physician both literally and spiritually suggests that Nelson's healing influence extends beyond the operating room. Spiritually, he has been a guiding force, encouraging millions to live with faith, hope, and love. His messages often stress kindness, resilience, and the importance of building bridges rather than walls. In that sense, he has performed a kind of spiritual surgery on hearts and minds across the globe. What's also striking is the timing of this tribute. At 100 years old, President Nelson has lived through some of the most significant events of modern history, from the Great Depression to World War II, from the Civil Rights Movement to the digital age. Few leaders can claim such a span of experience. Trump's tribute, therefore, wasn't just about a single moment. It was about honoring a lifetime of service and resilience. Another aspect worth mentioning is how Nelson himself has always emphasized gratitude, humility, and faith. Even as he reached a centennial milestone, his words are focused on encouraging people to serve others, to stay close to their families, and to rely on God's guidance. This humility makes Trump's recognition even more meaningful, because it shows that even those in positions of political power see the depth of Nelson's character. For viewers who may not be familiar with the LDS Church, it's important to understand just how influential President Nelson has been. Under his leadership, the church has expanded its global outreach, streamlined its programs, and emphasized personal spiritual growth. His guidance has reached millions in over 190 countries, proving that his influence is not limited to a single community or region. Trump's tribute also highlights the intersection of faith and politics in American culture. While the two don't always align, moments like this show that respect can transcend differences. For Trump, acknowledging Nelson was not just about religion. It was about recognizing a man who represents dedication, discipline, and compassion. For Nelson, it was another reminder of how his life's work has touched people far beyond the walls of his church. So, what can we take away from this? In a world filled with conflict, negativity, and division, this tribute is a reminder of the power of admiration and respect. Whether you view Nelson as a spiritual leader, a pioneering doctor, or simply a man of remarkable character, his story is one worth telling. And Trump's words remind us that acknowledging greatness in others is something that can unite us, even if just for a moment. In the end, President Russell M. Nelson's life stands as a bridge between science and faith, medicine and ministry, heart and soul. And when a figure like Donald Trump takes a moment to recognize that, it underscores just how extraordinary Nelson's legacy truly is. So perhaps the real lesson here is this: greatness is not limited to one field, one title, or one lifetime of work. Sometimes it's the combination of talents, the blending of compassion with skill, that makes a person unforgettable. Russell M. Nelson embodies that truth, and through Trump's tribute, the world was reminded of it once more.